I'm AJ Akua Johnson. Yes, y'all know me best. Rain from House Party. Yes, I can still do that. And I'm also a lifestyle and wellness coach. I'm inviting you to check out my new series where I'm going to show a few new friends how to live their best lives. And I hope to inspire y'all to rock your better too. Life Therapy premieres this November on TV One.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's here.
It's hard, bro.
A breath of fresh air, she's here.
Yep.
A ray of light, she's here.
Yep.
A drink of nourishment, she's here.
Yep. I like that. Yeah.
A vision of beauty, she's here. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only AJ Akua Johnson is here. She's here.
AJ!
Yo, listen. With that kind of introduction, oh my God.
Come on, you know how we feel. You know how we feel about you.
You got me over here in tears, bro. I'm like, listen, it's amazing and feels great, to be honest, when people that are my family like you, all y'all, you guys have always shown me love. Before the cameras, before anything, Sway, we always had our healthy conversations, how to live our best lives. That was our connection years ago. So I want the citizens to know that your love and support over all the years came way before the cameras, when I was hiding my healthy lifestyle, when it wasn't popular.
Yeah.
When I was taking my ass home to go to sleep, but everybody else was going to the after party.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, AJ.
Like,
I used to drink green juice, and Heather with green juice shame me. I know what you're talking about, AJ. Come on.
AJ, because we would go out for these really nice, beautiful lunches or dinners, and I have this thing about sitting at the bar. I love to sit at the bars and places, and Sway would demand a green juice sitting next to my glass of champagne, and I'm like, bruh, you are crushing the imagery right now. What are you doing? I was green juice shaming first, AJ. Yes, I was.
I love that. You know what? Listen. All these years I got to share, and this is part of why I love the opportunity to do this, because all these years, as I did my daily devotion, I kept getting, you're not made to fit in. You're not made to fit in. You're not made to fit in. Walk the road less traveled. Don't be seduced by the road that's trampled down by the masses. That's not your road. I didn't build your feet for that road. And I kept getting it, y'all. I kept getting it. And it just built my confidence to be my full self. And now here we are, right? Deep.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you at this beautiful place spiritually too, AJ, where you can share that, because I think even that, your statement that you made, this affirmation, this word that you got, there's a time when people didn't even feel comfortable with sharing something like that. So I think it's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Same here.
Well, I just feel like now, not just because of the show, but just saying, sis, it's a time in my life when I feel like it's my responsibility to let people know this is not really about the show for me. This is about sharing how I got here and who I am. And I hope that, people say on IG and Twitter, and they've been saying it for years, oh, you inspire, oh, you such motivation. And now my thing is, I want to show you who I am so that it's not just an Instagram post on a Sunday. I want you to hear and see how I think, how I process information, what I'm curious about. Like, this is, now you get to really see the depths of who I am, how I live my healthy lifestyle, how I help other people heal and move forward. And I'm just excited, man. Like, this is just, I got beat over the head with the blessing wand. That's what my grandmother used to say. I got beat over the head with the blessing wand, y'all. God just beat me down.
Amen.
Wow.
Amen.
On that note, AJ, and it's Tracy, so good hearing your voice every single time, my queen. I'm wondering, on your path, or maybe if you've spoken to others who have embraced a higher level of wellness, right, from all different directions, but on their journey, because they're still flawed, maybe they reach a point where they feel superior to others because they have all of this knowledge, because they're taking, the road less traveled. And that becomes another piece that they have to detangle. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. It's like a spiritual hierarchy, a form of elitism. Can you speak on that?
Yeah. I mean, first, Trace, I love you, and I can't wait till I can come to New York and hug all y'all. I have abandonment issues, and so I'm missing out on our connection. Look, that's one of the things that I'm constantly in therapy about, right? I long for connection, and when I don't have it, I feel empty. And I can say that because it's not something to be ashamed of. It's not something to hide. It's like, we all have something that we have to work on, or some things we have to work on to be our best selves. And I'm hoping this show, and me being an example to a broader, expanded territory audience by having this show, I hope I'm an example of therapy should not be a word that our community doesn't use. Therapy should not be scary. Therapy is just, there's something I'm dealing with that I haven't been able to push through on my own. And so now I'm getting a little help by somebody I trust and somebody that I feel like is going to support me and be my wind as I continue to fly higher. So, but what you're saying, I want to go back to what you asked me. Yes. And one of the things I'm doing on the show is I'm partnering with other life workers, from attorneys to therapists to specialists to doctors. In different cases, I go and find, and thank God to my amazing producer team for helping me, Swirl Films and all the episode producers, they dug deep with me to find these other light workers, because I want to show that, I don't know everything. Just because I have a title and the credentials and I studied, and I have the accolades, I don't know everything. And one of the things I wanted to do was take on cases and guests that were totally out of my wheelhouse, because I also want to be an example of, we don't know everything. Doctors don't know everything. And, as the word says, where two or more are gathered. So I'm only as good as my partnership, And so part of the show is partnering constantly every episode with the proper light workers. So I tell everybody, this is my Avenger team. I mean, I'm Iron Man, and I'm bad on my own. But even Iron Man has to call in the Hulk and Thor. And Spider-Man every now and then, right? So
that's right.
Yeah. I mean, I think what you're saying is real, and we have to normalize that we have issues. We all have them. And the more that we block them, I don't care who you are, VIP, private plane, it doesn't matter. And I feel like the pandemic showed us that. There's no VIP room in this pandemic.
Facts.
There's no, right? There isn't. And like, everybody's susceptible to COVID. Everybody has to fight life or death in this new space of this pandemic. So I feel like God and the universe already showed us. Yeah, you can floss on the red bombs and the bags and the private planes and all of that. But the bottom line is, go out without your mask and go out without being vaccinated, and then let's see what happens beyond that. Because there's no discrepancy. We're all susceptible. So now what do we do? Well, what we got to do is reach for our best life, whatever that means for each person. You feel me?
Wow, I love it, man. AJ Akua Johnson is with us. And this is a process, because I used to think, AJ, okay, if I go sit down with someone in therapy, and I do my 10 sessions, that I'm cured. Right? That I don't have to go. Well, I paid for 10. You said 10. I said, you know what I mean? Like, I should be good. But what I learned is this is a lifetime. Life therapy is a lifetime effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
like the gym.
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish, Sway.
No, go ahead, speak on it.
No, I was just going to say, the reason why we named the show Life Therapy is because, it was the best way, especially in our first season, when everybody's kind of getting to know and learning what is the show, right? We wanted to make sure that people understood. I'm not saying relationship therapy. I'm not saying career therapy. I'm saying life, which means relationship, career, nutrition, physical fitness health, your financial health, your family health, your sibling health, your parent health. Like what you're saying is, life is twists and turns. That's what life is. And our better health depends on how well we navigate those twists and turns. What's our navigation system of the twists and turns? They're going to come. It's just a matter of making sure that if one of those things throws you a curveball and you're not really good at hitting the curveball, it doesn't mean you quit. It means you practice hitting curves. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And if one of them throws you into a valley, the valley is not your destiny. Like, you don't all of a sudden go to Target and start getting picture frames and throw rugs and shit trying to live in the valley. No, you grab the lesson in the valley, you climb out, and you fly. So,
right.
You're right. That's what life is. And the faster we accept life is going to throw some twists and turns, We just gotta get swaggy with how we skateboard through the twists and turns, right? We just gotta increase our skill set.
I like that. Increase the skill set. AJ, the phone's lit up, by the way, and so I know we got about 10 minutes, right? But I want to see if you could touch people just a little bit, and then we'll drive them to watch the show for more, or how they could reach out to you. So I'm going to start with Brooke in Texas. Brooke, Grand Risings. How you doing, Brooke?
Brooke.
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Hey.
Hey.
How are y'all?
Doing
What
well.
up?
Hi, so I'll just try to make it quick. I just need some advice, or I don't know. So a year and a half ago, I caught my my 2.5-year-old father cheating on me with my best friend in his car. And that took me a while, and it's still taking me a while to get over. Every day I have so much pent up aggression, I guess I could say, towards him. And so maybe 9 months ago, I forgave him, and we made up, we moved back into a house together, and everything was good. And then I caught him again, but sending on his Gmail, I caught him sending $500 here, $600 there to numerous females.
Any a trick.
And he kept denying it, and he said he was sending it for his homeboy, this, that, and the other. And then he kept coming home late, and it just got to a point to where I'm like, dude, come on.
So
we've been broken up for 7 months now. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. You were broken up 7 months. You finish.
And so, I'm actually happy now to this point to where I'm on my own with my daughter, doing what I have to do, of course, to make sure my baby's going to be good and everything's good. And he doesn't even, ask for his daughter. And he's already got, another female, living with him, and the female's son. So he doesn't even ask for his daughter. I'm just like...
Brooke, so what's your ask? Because I know you said you didn't want to take a lot of time, but you accomplished that.
Because it's I think about it every day, and it's brought my self-confidence super down. So my question is how do I get over that, or move on and just be
okay.
So
I have a couple quick questions. Was this your boyfriend and baby daddy, or were you married? Is this your husband?
Yeah, no, it's
Which
my
one?
baby daddy and my boyfriend.
Okay, so you're not married?
No.
Okay, so what you've done is you've decided to accept a covenant with someone who has demonstrated that they're not worthy of your loyalty and of your greatness, and you're acting like you're married, but you're not. There's been no vows exchanged. There's been no covenant in front of God. There's been no connection, no equal yoke of your soul. You just decided that that's what was happening. So what I'm going to say to you is, well, first, do you believe in God?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so if you believe in God, then you also have to believe that the God we serve is not a God of dysfunction. He's not a God of confusion. We create that in our own lives. So what I want you to do is make a list of 10 things that you can admit that you either saw before in this kind of spirit, this disloyal spirit that you were calling a boyfriend. Write down a list of 10 things that you saw that you ignored. Because he didn't just all of a sudden cheat, right? You just decided to tolerate the behavior that was less than what you're worthy of. I need you to write down 10 things that you saw, and next to them, I want you to write down 10 reasons why you're worthy of more than that. You understand?
Yes.
Okay. Once you have your list of 10 things you're worthy of, now you have to walk in that royalty. You have to walk in that wisdom of you tolerated it, but that, again, that's not your destiny. You kind of tripped up, and that's okay, but now we have to move into your solution. Now we have to move into the behavior, not the talk, but the behavior that lifts you out of that valley. And the first thing you have to do is show yourself that you believe you're worthy of the more. I can't do that. You have to decide you're worthy. And then I help you with the behavior as you move forward. You follow?
Yeah.
So this is not just to you, but this is to everybody. You know,
everybody tuned
we gotta
in,
remember
right?
everybody. Yeah, you know, this is for everybody. You know, we got to remember that we are our choices. So the first thing I tell every client, whether it's on TV or not, you've got to take responsibility and accountability for where you are in your life, because we can set boundaries, we can honor our boundaries, we can respect our boundaries, and our boundaries help other people learn how to treat us. So there's nobody asking me to go for steak at midnight. You know why? Because I design and set and honor and respect the boundary nutritionally in my life that now over time people know that's not how I get down. But what if I was sometimes eat? What if sometimes I ate steak? What if sometimes I had nachos at the club? What if sometimes I had a street hot dog? You know what I'm saying? It's like now I'm confusing people around me and they don't know how to treat me. So we have to be specific with the fact that we are royal, that we are worthy of the more, and it starts with how we treat ourselves and then teach other people how to treat us.
Brooke, you're a citizen, and if you want to reach AJ,
God bless you.
God bless you. Good luck to you. If you want to reach AJ, hit her up on her social. Tell her your social, AJ.
Yeah, at the AJ Zone on Twitter and Instagram, at the AJ Zone.
You on fire right now. I got to pass you the ball again. We got Zoya on the line.
Word.
Yeah, that was a lot. Brooke represented like a million situations, so at least AJ knocked out a million people at one time. Thank you, AJ. We love
You
you.
know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah, I
indeed.
know you mean. I like that, AJ.
Okay, so this one is Zoya. She's in Atlanta. Grand Rising, Zoya. How are you?
Grand Rising. How y'all doing, family?
Doing
Hey.
well. Doing
Hey.
well. So go for it.
Wonderful. Blessings to you all. I hope everything is well. I appreciate you taking my call. I have a question for Dr. AJ, if this is possible.
Wait. Can y'all hear her? Can we hear her?
No.
I can't hear
Okay,
her.
Zoya, we cannot hear you.
She
Can
sound
you?
like she whispering.
Are you
Hey,
whispering?
with your chest.
Can you hear me now?
Little better.
That's better.
What's your question?
I was in a situation where my son's father pulled out a gun on me in front of him. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm supposed to help heal my son in a situation as such. I did take him out of the house. We haven't been to the house since. But I know as a young black man, and with that man being his father, it's going to be really hard. And I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing.
Okay. Tell me your name again, sis.
My name is Zoya.
Zaya?
Zoya.
Zoya. Okay, so this is a situation that I'm not going to even try to make you think is something that I can advise in a 5-minute response or a 3-minute response. But what I will ask you first is the relationship over? You said you're out of the house now, but is that relationship over?
Yes.
Okay. Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay. So number one, I would say you definitely need to find a therapist. How old is your son?
4.
Okay, yeah. I would say first start with a child psychologist. And you're here in Atlanta, so even as you watch like therapy, you're going to see a bunch of therapists that are here local for you because we shoot in like therapy. We shoot in Atlanta. The other thing is that I feel like if you get your son in some child therapy, the therapist can help you understand if he's already affected by it, and if so, what steps to take further so that he can heal from that. The other thing I'm going to say is you have some healing to do. It's almost like what they say on the airplane, that the adult has to put on the oxygen mask before they help the kids.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with you. You got to heal you from it because I'm already hearing it's still so raw and so painful. How long ago did it happen?
Last week.
Right.
Oh,
It's very fresh.
Yeah,
it's very fresh. So you've got to do some healing yourself. And I'm going to tell you, kids are really resilient, and they pay closer attention to you emotionally more than they do to what you say. So the more you heal, it's going to help your son heal. So there's 2 healings that have to happen. you on your own, your son with therapy as well, and then you guys as a family unit. But just know it's going to take some time, and that's fine. To all the citizens and to my family, we have to also understand that we live in a microwave society, but that's not where our spirits are. That's not what our hearts are and our minds are. These wounds are deep. They cut really freaking deep. So we have to be patient with ourselves. We have to give ourselves grace and ask for God's favor and mercy and take one day at a time. So the good news, Toya, is that you were smart and healthy enough within yourself that you got out of there, that you didn't tolerate it, that you haven't gone back. So that tells me, sis, that you understand you're worthy. And you know what? We all have relationship issues where we kind of sidestepped and found ourselves tripped up in a bad one. But that just becomes your wisdom, and you'll never let it happen again to yourself or your son. Do you agree with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, there you go.
I do.
So I love that I can hear your tears dried up for a second, and I hope that means that in this time you found a little bit more strength. And now what we have to do is get your son some therapy, and you too, so that you can keep that strength building. Because, just like fitness, you can't lift heavy loads if your muscles aren't strong enough. So I don't want you thinking you can lift this heavy load and you're not training for it. You follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, Zoya. And then also reach out to her on her social media as well. Okay,
Absolutely.
Zoya? Okay, we're in your
guys
corner.
for your time. Be blessed.
All right, you too. You're a citizen. You and your
Blessings
son.
to you. A Sway morning. Wow.
All right.
God bless
Wow.
you.
Yes, indeed. Let me get one more. You got time for one more, AJ?
Yeah, I mean, are you guys now? I don't know. I do this, and I do this, but it's so sad, and I hope you guys are also not shocked, but just this is one of the reasons why I'm so excited about this show, because it's not that you watch me do therapy; it's that I take you with me. The show's very interactive. I look in the camera constantly saying, "Did y'all see this breakthrough? Did y'all hear what she said? Come on, go!" Like I'm constantly looking in the camera. So this is the us thing. And I've been told, as executive producer, I told the network, we're not shooting a TV show. Your cameras are capturing a therapy session, and that's different, So I'm so glad that we can do this because people are in need, and I'm so proud of everybody calling in. This is what we have to do. This should not be strange to us. You feel me?